Good morning and welcome to Trekfast. Welcome to the bagel party. Today we are joined by our good friend Tag.
Hello.
And we all have bagels. But I'm Corey as always.
And I'm Michael. We all have bagels today. It's going to be a fun Trekfast. There's snow covering the ground and cream cheese and butter covering our bagels. How are you feeling today, Tag?
I'm really ready for a bagel. And also some Star Wars.
Have you...
Tag! You did that on purpose, didn't you? He did it on purpose. Don't be fooled.
Have you seen any Treks before?
Yes, I have.
How was our basement? Tag slept in our basement last night.
It was actually quite comfortable. Perfect temperature.
I told you.
I've been told that. I'm always surprised when I hear that.
The guest nest doesn't disappoint.
No, it's good.
All right, well, let's everyone show off our specific bagels. I have a onion bagel with jalapeno cream cheese, drizzled with sriracha, toasted to perfection, unlike Corey's bagel.
I have a bagel, same bagel, onion, toasted to unperfection, but I slathered it with cream cheese and put a little S and a T on it to distract that it's slightly black.
It's Star Trek, but it's also Tag's initials.
Sean Tagger!
So I might have to eat those. Mine is a very plain bagel, toasted to questionable because I didn't toast it.
All right.
I had Corey do the job for me, and then I buttered it with a little bit too much butter.
Okay.
Your plain bagel is amazing.
I am ready for my plain bagel.
All right, time for the bagel party. Today we're at Season 3, Episode 12, The Empath.
Our internet might be slow.
I was having internet problems this morning.
Yeah.
This is definitely related.
I mean, it's on.
We're going to unplug the
Wi-Fi's
Wi-Fi.
working.
I know.
Did you stop recording?
What?
No.
No, I'm
Still
still
going.
recording.
I mean, no one
I'm
wants...
going to edit it, but...
Oh, yeah, I guess that.
But I think people do want to watch you try to fix
Yeah,
the Wi-Fi.
no, this stays in.
Sad.
Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous. Damn you, technology. Damn you.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording. And welcome back to Trekfast. So, it's the next night because the internet was not working. We found out because Johnny didn't pay the bill on time.
I wasn't going to say that, but now everyone
I was.
Now we all know.
Someone's got to take the blame, and we're blaming Johnny. And I was pretty sad. I was pretty sad all day yesterday because we didn't get to do it. But
When did you guys get it back?
Last night.
It's a bummer.
Late night.
It's a bummer.
Late night. Post dinner.
It was
day.
post dinner.
That's
It was a rough day. No Wi-Fi. Anyway, so now we have even more people here. So we have more friends. So Tag's here again, and we have our friend Yoseph.
Hi.
And our friend Eric.
Say hi here.
Hey.
So we're gonna have a great time.
That's
So now it's
disgusting.
a real party, although we don't have our breakfast anymore. And we're just gonna watch the episode now. Did I explain that well? Does everyone understand everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
We're
You
gonna
had a
do it.
terrible day yesterday because there was no internet.
Yeah, I was
Right.
I was moping around all day. I
Yeah.
was like looking at the
Johnny's
ground and being like,
unreliable.
what am I
Right.
even here for?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Star Trek, Eric?
We didn't even test this. Oh, yes, I have. Great success.
And I've seen Trekfast. Okay, so
One unsuccessful, and now multiple. Yes, I love it.
Zulu,
would be bad.
and hold back to two. Aye, sir.
Take us away, Sulu. Take us home, CGI.
Yay!
congratulations.
That was a
Fun episode with a good group of people.
Oh, that was a good one. That's a good episode.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a quick recap of the episode. Tag, do you want to do the recap? You said you told me you think you could do it.
That was before I saw this wonderful episode.
All right.
Yes, all right.
Let's
So, we start off with they land on this strange planet that is about to be destroyed by a supernova from the star. So they're basically collecting their old crew and data, and when they get there, all they find is dust. Nobody's been there for months. 3 months, Spock assumes. But then they see a video where they mysteriously vanished. Soon after, they mysteriously vanish, and they find a strange mute woman named Jem. Well, they named her Jem. She just didn't have a real name.
She couldn't speak to
Well,
them.
yeah, being mute. We find out later that there's 2 aliens with giant brains that are testing via torture, which we don't know about yet.
No, we don't
And
know.
then
It's a
they-
test or there's going to be torture.
They run around a lot and do various tricks to mirages and torture and all sorts of crazy nonsense. And, yeah,
And then it's all
just send other
tests.
guys over.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all a fucking test.
During we find out the whole thing is about Jem trying to learn the ability to value others over her own life, which in the end she kind of does, but she offers her life, but then the crew won't let her commit to it. So then they kind of
No one dies.
no one dies then. Because
Well,
then we find out that aliens could just save everybody.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think Jem's
They realized that the aliens.
No,
she saved
it.
They realized the aliens were so
She's
caught
still
up
alive.
in this test that they were like, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah. Even with all this technology, the thing they valued most was human emotion.
It was a little bit of a confusing story to just wrap around to the end to like, oh. And it was like, when
Yeah.
they were like, oh, we're testing her compassion. It was like, we knew she was compassionate. She helped Kirk
Yeah, the very
earlier on
first
when they
thing,
just
the
met,
first
right?
thing she did was cure Kirk.
But I guess that wasn't. I guess the idea is that wasn't enough for them. They wanted
Yeah.
a full life.
Well, throughout the whole thing,
Right,
she
yeah.
did progress from
Which they hinted at
healing
in the
a
beginning.
cut,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
healing psychological damage
Torture
from
damage.
torture, and then attempting to bring him back from the brink of death.
Right.
She
That's-
didn't heal the bends though. Kirk came down with the bends, and she let that kind of just simmer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Still got nitrogen in his blood
Yeah.
to this day.
She doesn't know what nitrogen is.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe she couldn't. Maybe she couldn't.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take turns doing reviews. We're gonna be brief because there's a lot of us.
Right.
So
Is it-
I'll
is
go
it like
first,
a-
and we'll just
I'll
go
go
around
last.
this way. And no, we'll end with tag. We'll just go around. We're on that way.
Okay.
Sorry, but it's how circles.
That's
work.
fine. I'll do mine quick then.
All right. So I think that. Sulu was in this episode. The Sulu meter's going up. I thought the villains looked really cool. Oh, someone's here.
Someone is actually
Susan,
knocking
you
on
got
the
it. You
door.
can just get it.
Come on in.
So I thought the villains looked great, and I think they did a good job of doing like a low budget episode because they didn't have. They were just kind of on a soundstage the
No,
whole time.
they were
and it was
definitely on a,
darkness
they were definitely on a
everywhere.
soundstage.
I was here the whole time.
I think that. Oh, it was scary. It was pretty scary. Those guys looked scary, and when that shot of McCoy after he was being tortured and he had all this like horrible
Yeah.
makeup on his face, he was really scarred, and it was kind of scary looking.
Mhm.
I gasped aloud, and I also think I know I've said it on the show a lot that McCoy is deeply in love with Spock, and he wants him desperately. And I think in this episode, McCoy gets his ultimate fantasy because
That's a
he's
fact
about to
in this
die, and like
episode.
Spock's like has his hands on his face as he's dying, and McCoy says to him, he's like,
You got a good bedside manners, huh?
it's very romantic.
It's the most romantic thing in the show.
All right, and so I did like the whole episode too. I liked it a lot, except the ending was lame, with it all being a test kind of. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 bagels.
Oh, it's a
pretty
bagel
solid.
system.
Oh well, we all
Well,
ate bagels. I
we
don't
had
know.
bagels
Okay.
yesterday for
Yeah.
breakfast, but you guys can
Well,
say
that
what
could
you
be,
had
right.
yesterday for breakfast, not today, because we're rating it in
Doesn't
yesterday's breakfast.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And to continue that trend, I'll go with the bagels. But I just want to say a few things. Yes, Sulu, amazing. He's in the episode. Kirk was gold in this episode. Not as prime Kirk as other episodes, but this with the whole torture thing was a little insane. He was tortured with like this weird hanging like by the wrist device. That was a little insane. But it was amazing. I liked the location. They shot all in the soundstage. It was like they wrote an episode. It's like, where can we go where it'll just be pitch black and we won't need a single set and we can't drop a single dime on anything. Let's just gut the set.
There was a little set. There was a little of them on the exterior. But yeah,
It was, but it was just really cool because it was like less actors, lower budget.
None of it was really necessary.
The coolest thing, though, was the alien race. Actually, I really like the aliens because we've seen them just be like, oh, this alien race is a human. I like that they make them look like aliens. I really like that. But I didn't like the test. I didn't like that. I didn't like that it was just like, oh, we're trying to test this civilization and we're misguided, blah, blah, blah. That was lame. And I actually was thinking of giving it a 4.5 bagels before you even said
so
I was thinking before.
We
Agreed.
All right.
Also, I was doing shots every time Kirk would shoulder grab, look too greasy, raise his voice, or have his shirt off.
So how many shots was that?
That was 4, possibly 5.
All right. 4,
Yeah.
possibly 5. 4.5, just like your review.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
4.5 shots.
All right, Eric, what did you think?
I don't have too much to say. My first and foremost comment is I loved the outfits of the first 2 guys that they came across when they were watching the video. The purple and orange, pajama,
Great outfits, yeah.
day jogger suits. Those looked like so comfortable.
They were interesting because they were. It was just one solid color.
Right.
There was no breakup. It was
Top
just,
to bottom,
yeah.
fantastic. And aside from that, I would have liked to. I would have liked to learn Jem's story a little bit more. I liked that we got to like see an emotional side of her, but I wanted to know why was she representing an entire race, and why was she just so okay with everything that was happening the entire time? Right. She just kept going along with anybody and everybody that told her to come.
Can I make a quick note of this? So, all right. So they chose her to represent if her entire race should be saved.
Right.
But she was supposed to die at the end of this experiment after learning something.
Like everyone
So
was
how are they
her.
going to teach the entire race? Just like, here's this dead girl. Learn what she learned.
It takes a Kirk.
That was
I don't think the idea was they teach everyone that stuff. I think the idea was this being like,
To find
well,
out if they were
right,
could
they
they
think worthy
possible?
of living.
Could they-
Yeah.
Like,
They're
they
worthy.
easily could
Yeah.
have picked like an asshole and just.
I mean, it's
But,
obviously
yeah,
very flawed.
I mean, of course not.
Yeah, just has
Yeah,
no
yeah,
race
yeah.
system of scale, but yeah.
Right.
Ultimately, how many? What did you eat for breakfast yesterday?
I had an apple, and I would give this. I'd give it 5 apples.
Nice. I was close. I was on the fence, but that's
Okay.
cool.
I don't watch a whole lot of it, so I liked it for everything.
That was a good. I was a good one for some episodes being so bad.
Yeah.
Step out of the.
Yosef.
Okay, yeah. Or I'll move it a little closer for Yosef too.
Okay.
There you go, Yosef.
I thought it was very good also. Like the reverse shoulder grab followed by the regular traditional shoulder grab.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was strange that
Kirk got his shoulders
Yeah.
grabbed, and then he
Right.
did his normal
Right.
reaction.
Yeah.
He was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm the shoulder grabber."
he had to show who was in control.
Yeah.
I
Everybody
thought
take
it was
a thing.
strange that, like we commented, it was strange that Kirk had to be shirtless and glistening while he was being tortured, but McCoy got to keep his shirt on
Yes.
the whole time.
Yes.
But yeah, even at close to death, his shirt was only ripped; it was never removed.
It was strange. It was the same exact torture, except one of them was wearing a shirt and one of them wasn't.
It's
And,
like,
you
we're
know,
going to torture you. It's like, oh, I must take my shirt off. It's like, no, we didn't ask you to do that. Okay.
I'm the captain of this
Yeah, I'll
ship.
take you my shirt off.
Yeah, yeah. And at one point, McCoy made it clear that Spock was not a doctor, so I wrote not a Spockter.
not a
So
Spockter.
that was good.
That is nice.
So in all, I'll give it 4.5 out of 5 shrimp fajitas.
You had a shrimp fajita.
No, I had it today.
For
Wait,
breakfast,
for
though,
breakfast
for you, it's
yesterday.
we're measuring it on what you had for
yeah.
breakfast
No,
yesterday.
yeah, it's yesterday's breakfast.
Okay. Well,
Because we had our
it's
bagels
not much
yesterday.
better.
We had our
What did you
bagels
have
yesterday.
yesterday for breakfast?
Salad. I found. I didn't eat.
What was in the
I
salad?
didn't eat breakfast until like 12.
Tell us about the salad.
Okay, it was. I'll give it 4 out of 5 salads with chicken and carrots.
A classic.
That's not as ridiculous as our breakfast.
And a glass of whole milk.
Definitely.
All right, Tag, quickly, your review, and then we got to play Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, quickly. I had a couple of issues with the time frame. Apparently, this whole episode took place over 75 hours, which by following the shots, it seems like it took about 2 hours.
I guess it was a little confusing.
Yeah. The
That torture was hours. That was days of straight
That's
whipping.
the only assumption I can make on that. Yeah.
He was hanging up there for a while.
Straight with me.
Anytime they kind of got the upper hand on the aliens, it was basically Spock just walked up and like took the guns. So I figured
that
they
was
probably
weird.
should have just right off the bat just been like, "Hey, can we just take these from you, and then are we good?"
It was a little weird how little
Yeah,
resistance they
funny.
put up. But I guess the idea was like the whole episode they were like, "Oh, we've been a step ahead of you." So like we knew you would try to do that and we don't care. And like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And once they had the guns, I gotta knock on Spock on this episode. It was fairly useless. He got both the guns, which we find out was useless, and then McCoy's like, "Well, can you doctor them so that we can use them?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure," which he just spent apparently 75 hours not accomplishing. And then at the very end, Kirk's just like, "You can have them back as a sign of good faith." I enjoyed the writing on this, but I'm gonna have to go with 3.5 bagels.
3.5 bagels.
Wow.
There you have it.
Plain bagel.
Yeah, plain bagels.
Plain
with
bagel.
slightly too much butter.
No shrimp fajitas.
At all.
All right, goodbye. Happy Trekfast.
Happy Trekfest, everyone. Delayed Trekfest.